Guys, Ged Walters here. Today I'm reviewing the brand new Big Bertha Fusion driver from Callaway. It's an interesting driver because its look is a little bit different, and I've got to say it took me a little bit to get used to it. I'm kind of used to it now, and I kind of like it actually because it's a bit different. Great technology in there though as well. You know, if we have a look at the driver head itself, you know, we have a look at it, we can see it's got that two sort of finishes on the top, the nice titanium bit, and then the carbon on the side there, and it's that little bit of a different look as well as the shape and this sort of elongated position, almost triangulated position here at the back, which takes a fraction of getting used to. But I've got to say, I look down at it now and I put it behind the ball, and it looks quite nice. I'm kind of used to it and kind of like it. But it's made from the initial skeleton, or the exo skeleton of the driver, is from the highest grade aerospace titanium, so it's very, very light, very strong. And then they fused some triaxial carbon onto the crown and then also into the sole plate. Now it's this mixture of the two materials which then allows them to save some weight to make it more forgiving. It's 35.4 grams to be exact, but what they do is they reposition that in the head then so that they can make it as forgiving as possible. Because of the way that head is designed, it's also quite a long driver, so longest, most forgiving driver that they have made. It still has some of the features of the past drivers that we've seen over the last couple of years. So it's still got the speed step technology on the top there to reduce the drag, increase the club head speed a little bit more. It's still got the Armoto face, so it's a lighter face, it's stronger, so it gives more ball speed, bigger smash factor, especially off centre hits as well. So really good bits all put in together really from the drivers that have been produced over the last few years. The length of the shaft is quite an interesting concept because the one I've got here is 44.5 inches. It comes either 44.5, 45.5 as standard. But the length of the shaft will be also determine the weight of this little port, this little weight port in the back here. So the shorter shaft, 44.5 inches, should have a 12 gram weight in the back. The longer, the 45.5 inches, 5 gram weight in the back as well. So again, that's going to affect the dispersion of the weight, your launch conditions, etc. in there. I've got the UST, the Recoil ES stiff flex shaft in there. So again, it's 58 gram shaft. It's got, say, the 44.5 inch length in it as well. It's 9 degrees. It's just set at standard neutral. So let's give it a whack. Let's have a little go. It's getting a little bit darker out there now. Floodlights have just come on. So let's see a bit of night sky flight. So as you say, putting it behind the ball, actually, it sits really well. It sits quite nice and square, which is good. You know, sometimes you get the drivers which they fall open a little bit and almost having to then tweak it back into place to keep the bottom of the driver up is a common fault really, because most people just let it sit on the floor. So being able to sit it on the floor and just have it sitting square is quite a good aspect, I find, from a driver, especially for amateur players, to square the face up a little bit more. It feels very good. It feels really nice off the club face. The flight is nice as well. So when I've hit a few shots prior to the review, it never goes too high. So it's one of those where it's either it's a nice penetrating flight, or you can really get a little low stinging flight from it as well, which I quite like. And I'm working on a little fade, which is turning out perfectly there, which is what I like to see. I'll get away from missing fairways down the left hand side, so it's nice to know that I can pick up a different driver and hit the same shot, which is good. Let's hit a few more. Let's hit that one a little toward the toe side, but again, it's not gone too bad at all. And again, the feel off it was quite nice. So it'll be interesting to see how that miss hit would affect the numbers. So especially with the design of the face to maintain the speed and the smash factor a little higher off the miss hits. A little bit left, but again, Really nice flight, really nice feel off it as well. It's a little bit shorter than the normal length of drive that I would use this, so it almost feels like I've got a 3-wood in my hands at this length. I'm not sure whether I know it's only half an inch, but I'm not sure whether 44.5 is something I could get used to. Who knows? Again, another really nice flight from it. I'm getting used to the look. I do kind of like the look of it now. It does feel really nice, and the flight it gives is very, very good. Let's have a look at the numbers, see what they come up with. So, looking at the numbers there, the one thing, the flight was quite nice, quite penetrating, and the fact the spin was really, really low helps with that. You know, sort of 1928 on the spin, so very, very low spinning. Really nice control of the flight. Smash factors, you know, up there, average, you know, 1.51, 1.52 in there. Ball speed, averaging at 145.4 off a 96 mile an hour club head speed. So total distance there, 282.4 with the rollout. Do you know what? It's kind of nice. I like that. It's not quite as the total distance that I get from my driver at the minute. Again, it'd be interesting to see if that driver would perform with a different shaft in it. So that's just a standard UST shaft in it. So with a slightly different shaft, how that will perform will be really interesting to see. Might see if we can get all of different types of shaft in it and just see how it goes relative for me personally against the standard shaft. But overall, do you know what? It's a nice driver. It's a slightly different look, so you've got to get used to a different look. It feels really good. Gives you a really good flight. Definitely want to get out there and have a go. If you're thinking about changing your driver, get out there, give it a go, test it. You know, see how it goes with both different lengths of shaft for your centeredness of strike, as well as the different types of shaft that are available there, and seeing what kind of performance it gives for you. But yeah, really impressed. You know, it's a nice driver. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below in the box. Always interested to hear your thoughts if you've tried it, if you haven't tried it, whether it worked for you or not, if you like it or not. It'll be interesting to hear your thoughts there. As always, check out the other videos on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on the social networks, and look forward to seeing you again, guys, next time. Thanks for watching.